really a pleasure for me to welcome Mr. Harshvendra Soin on board with us from Tech Mahindra. And today, he'll be conversing with us on actually how have they embedded the concept of diversity and inclusion within their company's culture, not just specific to one community. Uh, they're not just focusing on gender diversity, they're focusing on the diversity as an aspect from many different angles. Could be diversity in terms of gender, could be diversity in terms of disabilities that people deal with, and they actually open arms, they're welcoming talents from all walks of life, irrespective of their sexual preferences, irrespective of how they deal with their disabilities. But then they're actually focusing on getting talent on board and working with them to take Tech Mahindra to new heights. So here I welcome and let's begin. Let's just hear it out as to how are we doing it.
I was saying that Tech Mahindra claims that gender diversity has always been in the core of HR policies. Could you elaborate upon the same with initiatives and examples to name a few and to prove this point?
As an organization, Sugandh, we operate out of 100 plus countries with 130 nationalities. So diversity really is a part of our DNA. And we do believe that diversity is a true business value proposition for us because of the simple reason that inclusive policies would obviously boost creativity, boost innovation, and also provide opportunities for our associates to learn and grow. So diversity and inclusivity for us is not a tick in the box, but really a true business imperative. So that's the first step that I will say. And what we say at Tech Mahindra is that we are intentionally diverse and globally inclusive. When we talk about gender, and we are talking about three genders here, so we are looking at, we have a POSH certification, which is a compulsory thing for anybody coming in. We have a program like what we call FAME, which is nothing but, women leaders to get from delivery into sales. There is Junior Tech Mighty for all working mothers. And even on the third gender, we are one of those very few companies that has recognized all three genders in everything we do, including our policies. We have active communities, which we call Kaleidoscope, which is already active communities of LGBTs. We have even our infrastructure is made in such a way. We have gender neutral restrooms. We have insurance policies for the same sex partner. We have what we call SRS, or the sexual reassignment surgeries, if you want, and we give leave and we get cash benefits. So I'll elaborate a little bit on that, but clearly gender is a big thing for us. Second bit is ability, people with different abilities. So whether it is, people who are physically differently abled or mentally challenged, we run smart academies, or we call them the Smart Plus Academies, where we actually train them and get them ready for jobs, and we also employ them. The third kind of diversity is on generation, and we are, even in our culture statement, we say one of the things we say is the culture statement says we drive positive change, celebrate each movement, and enable all to rise, which means youngsters, we are anal about giving them an opportunity at a young age. And we have things like Shadow Board. Shadow Board is nothing but a group of young people who are selected, who actually are invited to all important meetings, and they are like a shadow board, and they also get debriefed on board meetings. We have things like reverse mentoring. We have about 7,000 reverse mentors, which means youngsters who come and guide old fogies like me, saying, this is how you should do, rather than the other way around. And we have programs like development programs like Young CEO program, 1000 Leader program, that all of them, really is about making sure that generation diversity is a big one. the socio-economic diversity is also taken care of. So not only are we talking about gender diversity, we're talking about abilities, people with different abilities, generational diversity, diversity of thought, diversity of cultures, and of course, socio-economic diversity. And the final one will be very exciting for you to know is we are talking about humans and cobots, the diversity of human and cobots coexisting and living together. And you are aware that we have our first non-human employee in HR called K2, which is a humanoid. And of course, our chatbot, which is Yuvo. And therefore, not only are we talking about the other kind of diversities, we are saying people as human beings and cobots living together is another diversity that we are very, very proud of. We are only one of the 3 companies to be included in the Bloomberg Gender Equality Index. And we have won the Avatar and the Working Mothers, best companies for women and working mothers 3 years in a row.
When you're talking about an holistic approach of diversity, I would also now get into the picture of communities. Now, how is Tech Mahindra moving towards, including neurodiverse candidates at, let's say, LGBTQ community? It's been a talk of the town. How has been the hirings? Do you have such employees within your organization, or do you have such policies to include them within the diverse range of diversity?
You talked about neurodiversity.
Yes.
And for us, Sugandh, neurodiversity is just that it means people or talent having a brain that's differently wired. It does not mean that they are lesser than anybody else. And we actually believe that recruiting neurodivergent individuals is not about CSR, but it's about a business imperative, because they are very sharp and they may have one ability which is different, but they are otherwise very sharp. And I'll give you a few examples. One example is of a young college graduate that we hired from Symbiosis in Pune. Okay. He was very introvert, would never look at you straight in the eye, and obviously he did suffer from what we call a neurodiverse. He was a neurodiverse candidate, but we groomed him in our what we call Makers Lab, which is really the innovation lab, as an intern. And to our surprise, he's the one person that actually built a 300 screen role-playing game from scratch. And it shocked everybody. So imagine he used his other skills so well, and it is a shining example of how we felt that, it was a heart to see that a neurodiverse candidate could have been cutting edge of what we call innovation. You talked about LGBT. As I said earlier, gender diversity for us is actually 3 genders. Mm-hmm. And we are, I would say, ahead of many companies, if not all, in actually looking at this issue in India. So I'll tell you some of the things that we have done. One, we have a sexual reassignment surgery policy. It's called the SRS policy, where if you want to undergo a sexual reassignment surgery, which means you have to change your gender, we give you 30 days leave, and we also reimburse up to 5 lakh rupees for the surgery. And that I haven't come across any other organization that actually does that. Secondly, we are a unique company that provides insurance for same-sex partners. We actually recognize this as a need, and actually were one of the first few again to introduce same-sex partner insurance. And I already talked about the fact that our infrastructure is gender neutral. So gender neutral washrooms is one, and therefore we have all our policies are actually, it's not he or she, it's actually it's, because it takes into account all the 3 genders. And as I said, we were one of the 3 companies to be included in the Bloomberg 2020 Gender Equality Index, which meant a lot for us. And lastly, but very important, We are one of those rare companies that has active LGBT communities, and we call them Kaleidoscope. And I will obviously send you an update on this, but a written write up on this. But we have LGBT communities called Kaleidoscope, which have been formed across geographies. And this is not only in India, but across geographies.
Okay.
And they are the groups that share stories of community members to the larger audience, and also create what we call culture assimilation and sensitization.
Do you follow any different methodology, or to groom them or to train them, as you say that you have different segments wherein you train such kind of people, but then has hiring been difficult or different when it comes to the context of LGBT or neurodiverse candidates?
Most of the companies do these hiring as if they're doing a favor to the candidate. For us, it's not so. As I said, we believe that these candidates, when they come in, they actually add a huge amount of value and a different way of thinking to our organization. I gave you the example of, that neurodiverse candidate who actually created that
From Symbiosis, yes.
The other example was there was an Uber driver, who got interested and was talking to one of my colleagues who works in Pune, and he actually, my colleague told him, "Why don't you study Python?" And I can tell you that driver went and studied Python, and he is now employed by us. So it's an amazing story of how, if somebody is really determined what you can achieve. But most importantly, we hire these candidates against a permanent and a proper vacancy, and we give them full salaries. Our compensation is equivalent to everybody else. So it's not a dole out. It's not like we are doing a favor to them. And we don't hire them only in, say, an HR or front office, but we hire them, as I said, in Makers Lab, which is our innovation center. So it's not that the biggest change that we have done is we welcome these candidates because we have a strong belief that they will add value to us. So it's not that we are doing favor to them. In fact, with them coming in, innovation, creativity actually becomes huge for us. And being an IT company, you can understand, Sugandh, this is a huge thing.
How is Tech Mahindra working towards reducing the leadership gaps within the organization with regards to communities, to be specific?
So let me tell you the strategy. One, we use what we call talent to value. So we are not saying that only the top 500 people are most valuable. We are saying the people who have got the most impact are the most valuable. Second, we said we will reverse the pyramid, which means we will give younger people opportunities to run larger portfolios, and which of course will help the company because there'll be new thinking, etc. But it will ensure that the talent that we get is digitally more, the acumen of digital prowessness will be much higher. Third, we started a women leadership program, and we have run many batches for women leadership. This is probably our third, fourth batch that's running. Put them into senior jobs, at least 2 levels above what they were doing. And when they are actually successfully passing their program, the job is already assured. So that helps us actually also fill our gaps. And the last thing is we give a huge amount of opportunities to our youngsters. For example, I'll give you an example that we started a small company called BGig, which is really in crowdsourcing and getting people to work part-time. And one of our young leaders, Shresht, who heads it, must be about 30 years of age. We also have one more person who's actually now part of the YGL group of World Economic Forum. So we are actually helping the youngsters take on a lot of positions.
Thank you so much, sir, for having a word with us, for shelling out time. It's been really insightful. I would really want you to give out...
Pleasure is all mine, Sugandh.